Vietnam Weekly News Highlights. Foreign investment inflow into Vietnam rises 4.2% in January. Real estate ranks third in attracting FDI, with more than $2.6 billion in 2021. Vietnam ranks 25th among most powerful countries globally. Land market hot in late 2021. New sales boom expected in 2022. The inflow of foreign investment into Vietnam hit over $2.1 billion as of January 20th, up 4.2% year-on-year, marking good signals for the country's investment attraction, the latest report from the Foreign Investment Agency, FIA, showed. Following the recovery from the end of 2021 after the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, many foreign invested enterprises have stabilized and expanded their production and business activities. Thus, disbursement of foreign direct investment, FDI, also saw a positive increase of 6.8% to surpass $1.61 billion during the first month of this year, FIA said in its report. The Ministry of Construction cited data from the Foreign Investment Department, Ministry of Planning and Investment. As of December 20, 2021, the total foreign investment capital, FDI, registered in Vietnam in 2021 reached $31.15 billion, up 9.2% over the same period in 2020, in which the real estate business ranked third with more than $2.6 billion, accounting for 8.3%. Compared to 2020, capital inflows into real estate business decreased by about $1.6 billion. The decrease is due to the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. However, with the potential and improved investment environment more favorable, this capital flow will be opened and developed when the epidemic is under control. The U.S. News World Report Newswire has released a list of the world's most powerful countries in 2021, with Vietnam being placed at the 25th position in the power rankings. The rankings are based on a range of criteria, such as leadership, economically influential, politically influential, strong international alliances, and possessing a strong military. Overall, Vietnam ranks 25th in terms of the global power rankings, 10th in Asia, and 2nd in Southeast Asia after Singapore. Despite the deflation of the national economy caused by the COVID-19 pandemic, real estate prices have risen since the beginning of 2021. MOC reported that as of the end of 2021, apartment prices had increased by 5 to 7% on average, the prices of houses in projects by 15 to 20%, and land prices 20 to 30% compared with late 2020. Hanoi Weekly News Highlights. Hanoi to public major project planning to block rumors of blowing up land prices. Vinh Tuy Nha Trang section to open at the end of the year. 2022, completing many important planning projects of the capital. Hanoi buses in schools reopened from February 8. In early 2022, Hanoi migrated from 6 old apartments on the central Golden Land. Following the direction of the Prime Minister at Official Dispatch 1767/CDTTG on the implementation of auction of land use rights recently, direction of the Ministry of Construction to assess and control the risk of a real estate bubble and strengthen the management of the real estate market situation in the area. The Hanoi People's Committee has just sent a request to departments, branches and people's committees of districts and towns seriously implement a number of solutions to promote the stable and healthy development of the real estate market, avoiding the bubble of real estate. Accordingly, the City People's Committee assigned the Department of Planning and Architecture to assume the prime responsibility for publicizing the planning projects, the implementation progress of infrastructure development projects, real estate projects, especially projects in the area, and merging, establishing and upgrading of administrative units in the locality to make information clear. Prevent rumors floating to push prices up for illegal profiteering. The project of Ring 2, Vinh Tuy Ngachavong section will merge with Ngachavong intersection on February 22, and technical traffic of the whole route is expected on December 30. The investor said that many units are rushing progress to bring the project to the finish line before the deadline. Currently, there are over 400 officers and workers working in 3 shifts at the construction site. About 2 weeks from now, we will start to merge the intersection of Ngachavong intersection and strive to have technical traffic on the route on December 30, 11 months ahead of schedule. 2022 is a fundamental pivotal year, a premise for the implementation of the city's 5-year plan, 2021 to 2025, with the goal of determinately striving to implement and complete the proposed plan and program. The leader of the Hanoi Department of Planning and Architecture said that with the actual task requirements, the workload in 2022 in particular, and the term of the planning and architecture industry, is very large. Firstly, increase the coverage rate of zoning planning in satellite towns, functional areas, detailed planning and urban designs under the approving competence. Secondly, publicly announce the approved planning for organizations and individuals to know and implement. At the same time, continue to implement the project task of adjusting the overall construction planning of Hanoi capital to 2030, with a vision to 2050. According to the Hanoi Public Transport Management Center, from February 8, 118 subsidized bus routes in Hanoi will operate at 100% capacity after many days of trial operation to prevent epidemics. Operating time is from 5:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily depending on the characteristics of each trip. More than 600,000 students from grades 7 to 12 in Hanoi returned to schools after 10 months at home studying online today, February 8, with school canteens closed, safety measures strictly enforced and all teachers fully vaccinated. COVID-19 steering committees at the district level will decide whether in-person learning would be suspended based on the pandemic situation. According to the plan of renovating and rebuilding old apartments in the area in the first phase, Hanoi renovated and rebuilt 6 apartment blocks and apartment projects with dangerous level. Specifically, in Badin district, there are Giangvo Dormitory Area, Block C8, Tho-Soc Dormitory, Block G6A, Ngakhan Dormitory, Block A, Ministry of Justice Dormitory, 2 units, House 148 to 150 Santé. Dongda District has 51 Huyen Thuc Hang Dormitory. The city requires the People's Committee of Badin District and the People's Committee of Dongda District to be responsible for moving people from buildings in the first quarter of 2022. During the project implementation, the city is expected to use housing funds to resettle about 4,433 apartments. The city also plans to build new settlements at Denla 3 immigration areas, Hanoi, Dong Hoi, Dong An. Hochiminh Weekly News Highlights. FLC proposes developing urban area worth 80 trillion dongs in Binh Chanh. Thanh-Suoi Metro Line to be put on trial run this year. Tho-Soc Tho-Soc XP project requires investment of over 44 trillion dongs. Transport Ministry submits pre-feasibility studies of 2 expressways to Prime Minister. Real estate developer Novaland reports $153 million profit for 2021. Another buyer cancels purchase of prime Hochiminh city land plot. FLC Group has proposed developing an urban area project called Smart Eco City, which will cover nearly 1,200 hectares of land and require an estimated investment of 80 trillion dongs in Hochiminh City's outlying district of Binh Chanh, with a 99-story tower being a highlight. The project will be some 10 kilometers from the city's downtown area and 15 kilometers from the Tan Son Nhat International Airport. Binh Chanh is also the gateway to the Mekong Delta. The urban area project was designed to have 5 areas: ecological urban area, Innovation and Science Technology Urban Area, Hospitality and Entertainment Urban Area, Service, Resettlement and Social Housing Area, and the existing residential area. The green space at the project was expected to be over 75%. Besides a 99-story landmark tower, FLC will develop many high-end facilities in the project, such as a theme park, a central park, a hospitality area, and a golf academy. In addition, the project will include high-rise, low-rise and high-end apartment buildings and social houses for some 165,000 to 180,000 people. Ho Chi Minh City's Metro Line No. 1 linking Ben Thanh Market and Suotian Amusement Park is set to be given a trial run from Long Binh Depot to Ben Thanh Station before December 31st, according to the Ho Chi Minh City Urban Railway Management Board. This information was unveiled at a ceremony held on February 10th to kickstart incomplete components of the Metro Route project. Addressing the event, Lee Ho Bin, deputy head of the municipal government, emphasized that despite the adverse impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, the Metro Line No. 1 has so far fulfilled 89% of its workload. 11 trains have been imported to Vietnam, and they are ready for the test run. Bin requested the Ho Chi Minh City Urban Railway Management Board and contractors to exert greater efforts to ensure the project's overall quality and progress under the terms of the set plan. The first phase of the Tho-Soc Expressway project in the Mekong Delta will need 44.306 trillion dongs in investment, according to a pre-feasibility study of the project that the Methuen Project Management Board recently sent to the Transport Ministry for appraisal. With its total length of 188.2 kilometers and width of 17 meters, the route will pass through 4 localities in the Delta, including An Giang, Can Tho, Ha Giang, and Soc Trang. It will start at the National Highway 91 section in Chau-Doc City of An Giang Province and end at the Tran Port in Soc Trang Province, reported to Oitra newspaper. Under the project's zoning plan, the route will have 6 lanes in total and will be built before 2030. The board also proposed tapping the state budget and other sources to implement the project under the public investment model. Further, the project was suggested to get off the ground in 2023 for completion in 2025. The Ministry of Transport has submitted the pre-feasibility studies of the Bien Hoa Vung Ta and Chau-Doc Can Tho Soc Trang Expressway projects to the Prime Minister for consideration before sending them to the National Assembly for approval. The Bien Hoa Vung Ta Expressway will be 53.7 kilometers long, connecting Bien Hoa City in Dong Nai Province with Buria City in Buria Vung Ta Province. According to the Transport Ministry's proposal, the expressway will have 4 to 6 lanes in the first phase and allow a maximum speed of 100 kilometers an hour. The ministry estimated that the project will require an investment of some VND 17.8 trillion, which will be sourced from the state budget. If the project is entitled to special incentives regulated in the National Assembly's Resolution No. 43, the Transport Ministry expects to complete site clearance and kick off the project in 2023. The project is scheduled for completion in 2025. Meanwhile, the Chau-Doc Can Tho Soc Trang Expressway will be 188.2 kilometers long, running from Chau-Doc City in An Giang Province to Tran Port in Soc Trang Province. Novaland Real Estate Investment Group JSC reported consolidated revenues of 14.97 trillion dongs, $660 million last year, and a net profit of 3.46 trillion dongs. It represented a 186% increase in revenues from 2020. The company earned 13.51 trillion dongs from sales, a 264% increase, and 1.46 trillion dongs from services. Its total assets were worth 201.52 trillion dongs, nearly 40% up from 2020. Total group borrowings and financial lease liabilities were 60.52 trillion dongs. Novaland, one of the largest property developers in Vietnam, has more than 10,000 hectares of land for future developments. Its share, NVL, is among the 30 largest, VN30, in terms of market capitalization on the stock market. Another company that successfully bid to buy a land plot in Hochiminh City's Thu Thiem new urban area has pulled out, becoming the second such withdrawal. Hanoi-based Binmin Trading and Development Investment Company Ltd sent a document to related units Tuesday, dropping a deal to buy the 3-9 plot that spreads over 5,000 square meters in Thuthium, said Hochiminh, head of the city's tax department. The plot was sold at 5.026 trillion dongs, $223 million, or 6.9 times the reserve price last December. Thuthium New Urban Area in the peninsula of the same name is a 657 hectares, 1,623 acres, mega project to develop the city into an international financial hub. So far, 4 companies had one auction for 4 land lots in the area, and 2 have already pulled out.